This is the ultimate Cayo Perico Heist guide from start to finish. To begin setting up the heist and actually purchasing the casaca, you first need to head over to the music locker, which is located at the Diamond Casino on your map. Once inside, go ahead and visit Miguel Madrazo, who is marked with the letter M. This is going to make you watch a very long cutscene which will explain how the heist is going to work. But once it is done, you can go ahead and purchase the casaca, which will cost $2.2 million. And then you can request it through your interaction menu by going to services, then casaca, and then request casaca, which is then going to spawn it next to you near the ocean. So just head out to it and you can begin starting the heist. But you will have to sit through a few more introductory cutscenes, but once they are done, you can begin the heist. The first mission that you have to do is gather intel, and as a beginner you will have to scope out 6 main points of interest. The first one being El Rubio's compound. So when you are on the island at the beach party, you want to head over to this guard over here and sneak behind him. Just wait for him to move forward before heading out to the gate. Once outside, follow my exact path, making your way through the main checkpoint without being detected. You simply want to wait for the guard in the tower to be looking away, and then just make a run for the gate before going to your right to avoid the camera. Then just make sure there are no oncoming vehicles or guards and steal this ATV. This is what we are going to use to get to the main compound. Before you drive ahead, check that the guard in the watchtower across from you is looking the other way, as well as any other patrolling guards, and then just follow the route to the compound. When you are here, you will have the compound scoped out, and your next objective is to get to the communications tower to hack the signal box. So just turn around and head up the same way up to the tower. Once you get here, you will have to hack into this signal box. It will either be on the ground level or on the tower itself. So just listen out for the noise that it makes, because you will hear it when you are close. And when you find it, just hack into it using some basic maths. And then once you are on the cameras, there is going to be another small cutscene for you to watch. But once that is finished, go over to the basement camera to scope out the primary target, which is always going to be Madrazo files for beginners. The rest of the targets range from $600,000 up to $1.3 million. After you have scoped out the main target, keep scrolling through the cameras and search across the whole area by panning your camera. This will scope out several compound entry points that you need, as well as any key interests for the heist. You'll also scope out some paintings and gold, which we can't actually obtain as a solo player. When you have finished on the cameras, the game is going to force you to head to the North Dock in order to take photos for the finale, which is a little annoying because we won't actually be using these for the finale. After you've done that, just hop into one of these dinghies at the dock and drive on over to the drainage tunnel entrance, which is going to be located over here on the map. And once you get here, just jump out of the boat and into the water, and then just swim down to the drainage entrance, which is going to instantly scope it out, which we can use as an entry point for the finale. And now all you need to do is scope out the main docks, which will be here on the map. So just drive over there and take a photo of this spot to send to Pavel. And finally, it's time to scope out the secondary targets. To do this, head back up to the airstrip, which is located at the top of the map. And when you are here, head inside of this hangar. Now, there are 2 different locations for secondary loot. The first is down below inside of here. So just take a photo of that if there is any loot inside. And the next spot is located at the top. So go around here and climb up on these boxes to get to the upper level, and then just take a photo of the loot that is inside. At the airstrip, you can find either cash, green, or coke. Cash is the worst secondary loot to get, followed by the green stuff, and then coke is the best loot to get. The final secondary loot location is over at this building across from the airstrip. So head over to that and scope out any loot that might be inside of it. And with that, gather intel is complete, and you can leave the island to begin setting up the heist. The approach vehicle that we'll be using is the Longfin. It's going to be the fastest approach vehicle for the finale, and one that will allow us to get to the airstrip and steal our loot. The setup for the Longfin is very easy to do. There is always going to be a police station that you have to head to where you can steal the boat. And once you get here, if you own a phantom wedge, just request it through the interaction menu and then just reverse it into the police station and hook it onto the trailer to steal the Longfin. However, most of you will not own a phantom wedge, so instead just go to the truck cab which is located on the map and do the exact same thing with the truck cab that you stole, and then just drive to this exact location on the map. Once you get here, drive the Longfin through this part of the fence and then just hop out of the vehicle and blow yourself up with any explosives, which is going to remove your wanted level and complete the mission. The weapon loadout we will be using for the finale is the aggressor loadout, which comes with the assault shotgun and the machine pistol. But either way, the loadout doesn't actually matter as we will hardly ever be using it during the heist. Now when you start this mission, if you receive the Merryweather HQ text at the bottom of your screen, go into the interaction menu, set your spawn location to the Casaca, and then just find a new session. The reason we do this is because the Merryweather mission is a huge waste of time. However, if you get any other mission that tells you to go to a building, then do exactly that. When you're at the building, always enter from the roof entrance. You can do this by using your Sparrow, if you have one, and landing it on the roof. But if you don't own one, instead go to the interaction menu and then under the VIP vehicle section, request a buzzard for $25,000, which is a great alternative to get these setups complete. Once inside, you don't actually need to use a suppressed weapon because the stealth on this mission is a little bit broken. So just shoot this guard through the door like so, and then make your way through to these two guards over here and shoot them both down quickly. And finally, just shoot the guard behind the desk. Doing this doesn't actually alert anyone, which avoids you having to kill any other guards. Then just check the safe and then hack into the laptop. Once you have done that, just steal the weapons from inside of the safe and then escape the building. But make sure to use the roof exit by pressing left on the D-pad, because if you don't, you're going to end up on the ground level and you will lose the vehicle on top of the roof, which makes your life a lot harder. And then just get back to the submarine and you are done. During Gather Intel, we scoped out the drainage tunnel. This allows us to now get the cutting torch to use for the finale. The setup mission for the cutting torch is very easy. Just head to a construction site on the map, and when you get here, just find the hard hat, which won't be too hard to find because it will always be yellow and it will be located on some type of wood pallet. And then just collect the cutting torch, which can be found inside of any of the toolboxes around the construction site. And when you deliver it back to the Casaca, you have finished that mission. Another very easy setup mission is the Fingerprint Cloner. You will first need to go to a warehouse. So just head over to it, and once you get there, wait outside and equip a weapon of choice. I personally find the assault shotgun to work best for this mission. And when I get inside, just blast the two guards that are in your line of sight, and after that you can hack into the computer and get out of there. And now you need to head to an archive to steal the Fingerprint Cloner. When you get here, it's always going to be on one of the 3 desks at the back corner of the room. So just collect it and deliver it back. If your primary target is Madrazo files or bearer bonds, then you will have the safe code setup mission, which requires you to head over to the casino. If you own a casino penthouse, you can enter by landing on the roof of the casino and going straight into the elevator doors, which will take you straight down to the level where we need to be. But if you don't own a penthouse, just head into the casino and over to the elevators, which takes you to the parking garage. Here you will need to steal a key card from a certain vehicle, which will then give you access to the penthouse floor. When you are here, all you have to do is find 2 guards that will be standing outside of the penthouse room. Start by looking down each of the hallways until you eventually find them, and when you do, just take them out with a silenced weapon to not break stealth. And then don't forget to unequip your weapon before going inside. And when you are inside, there will always be 3 spawn locations for the head of security. The first will be over here in the bedroom, and the next location will be inside of this room over here, and finally you can find him at the main bar over here. Just take him out along with any of the nearby guards and then collect the code from him, and then blow yourself up, which will kick you from the casino and complete the mission. If you have tequila, ruby necklace, or the pink diamond as your primary target, then you're going to have the plasma cutter setup mission. You first need to head to a safe house on the map, and when you get here, go into first person before entering the building, and then instantly take out your phone and take a picture of whatever is in front of you, because for some reason this counts as the intel that Pavel needed, and you can now leave the building to head to the bank. Once you get there, just use any explosives that you have to take out all of the vehicles along with any of the enemies that are around them, and then you can just run over the plasma cutter to pick it up. Before you leave, make sure to trigger the checkpoint to the bank, because sometimes this is a little bit glitchy and you don't want to have to travel back. And with that, the setups are complete, and now it is time for the finale. When starting the heist, these should be the options that you have. The approach vehicle is the Longfin, infiltration point is main docks, the compound entry point is the drainage tunnel, and for the escape point, just put that as anything because it doesn't matter. And under the weapon loadout, don't forget to equip suppressors, which obviously avoids you breaking stealth. When jumping straight into the finale, you want to make a sharp turn to your left, heading towards the airstrip. This is where you're going to park up your Longfin onto the shore, like so. As long as you don't go too far onto land, the Longfin will remain here once you have collected your secondary loot. And speaking of, there are two places that your loot can be. Just head to the location which has the most valuable loot inside, which you will have obtained during the gather intel mission. As a solo player, cash is the worst that you can get, followed by the green stuff, and the best is of course coke. If your loot is inside of this hangar, before going in, you want to walk behind this guard. You do not need to kill him, because if you do, it will risk the chance of the body being spotted. All you have to do is walk behind him and slip inside of the hangar undetected. Now, you can collect whatever loot you have inside of here. To get to the top section, all you have to do is get inside of this forklift and go over and pick this box up, which you can then position and climb up inside, like so. If you still do need a full loot bag for the elite challenge, just jump down below and cut open the lock for the rest of the secondary loot. And once you collect it all, wait for the guard to walk past the hangar before leaving. And now for the next secondary loot location, it's over inside of this hut across the airstrip. If you want to get here undetected, you want to position yourself over here and take out the guard patrolling on the walkway. Once you do that, jump on top of the wall and shoot off the camera. Now you can jump down and collect the secondary loot. When you've done that, simply jump over the wall the same way that you came in and make a run for it back to the Longfin, which we parked on the shore. Now just make your way out of there and start heading towards the drainage tunnel to enter the compound. Once you get here, jump out of the boat and equip a rebreather by pressing G on PC or right on the D-pad, and then swim towards the drainage tunnel. It's really easy to open up the drainage grate. Just hold down the cutting torch while going back and forth over the green lines until they eventually cut and you can open the gate, and then just swim up into the compound. Once inside, you want to follow this exact route. It is not the fastest way, but it is by far the easiest route that you can use if you want to be undetected. Just run through the courtyard, making sure to avoid any of the guards' cones of visions, jump over this wall into the main area, and now you want to wait for this red guard to begin moving before you do anything. Once he gets behind this section here, behind this wall, just take him out. If you're lucky, he will drop the gate keys. If not, just keep going up to the next guard and take him out as well, before running up the stairs. Here there is one final guard to take out, so just wait for him to get here and drop him.
Lo vi hace poco.
If you don't have the gate keys right now, don't worry. Just head up into the office and make sure to open up this wall safe hidden in the wall, which can get you an extra 20 to 60k without taking up any bag space. Then you can hack into this elevator, which will always have 3 fingerprint hacks, and they will take the longest, but not if you have the gate keys. So just leave the office and make your way down towards the basement. Inside the basement there is only one fingerprint hack, and let me explain how these work. For the first row of the hack, you want to make it the top part of the fingerprint, like so. And then for the next row, set it as the top part again, but go across by 1, like I did. And then you want to repeat that for the next set of rows, but going across by 2, and then 3, and so on. All it takes is some practice, but it's really easy to do once you learn it. And now it is time to steal the secondary target. Just burn up on the lock and steal whichever target you have, which, if you have bearer bonds, Pavel will send you a code which you have to put into the safe. Easy stuff. For anything else, you will need to use the plasma cutter to break open the glass. An easy way to do this is by holding down the heat until it reaches red. Then just let it drop down and repeat until the glass opens, where you can then steal the target. And now it is time to get out of the compound, which you can do by following my path out of the basement using the other basement entrance.
It looks like they have sealed off the drainage pipe you used to get in here. You will have to find another way out. And a shift of guards just clocked in. Careful.
Once outside the compound, it's time to escape. Just run up to this guard and take him out, which allows us to steal his bike and get out of here. Make your way towards the end of the island, but be careful of any of the bushes. Just pop a wheelie into the water and keep swimming out until the escape from Cayo Perico text disappears from the bottom of the screen.